Some cards are going up across all sports, but others are going down. So in today's top 5, we're throwing in a cold card of the week. Can you guess who this week's card will be?
My name is Jeff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies, and at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me and my team as we help you profit from the hobby we all love.
Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. This is a great week for us here at Sports Card Investor, not just because I get to tell you about hot cards in the sports card market today, but also because me and my team are heading to Vegas this upcoming weekend for the Mint Collective Show, which is going to be one of the best sports card conferences and shows. And we're going to cover all of it for you on our Sports Card Investor social channels, and we'll come out with YouTube vlogs in the future as well. I'm excited about that. I'm also excited about the new shuffle mode in the Sports Card Investor app. Have you tried this thing? You go into the Sports Card Investor app, you hit the little shuffle icon in the top bar, and it gives you a random card, and it lets you swipe through random cards from our database of more than 500,000 cards in the Sports Card Investor app. It's a really cool feature to just explore and see some awesome cards you have never seen before. Speaking of awesome cards, the cards we're talking about right now are awesome because these cards have been going up. It is time for today's Top 5 cards. We're starting today's list with a cold card, a card going down. And there are a lot of Cam Reddish cards that you could pull from to put on the cold list. And we thought it was important to mention a cold card because the sports card market is not all rosy. There have been a lot of cards going down, so we want to acknowledge that by showing you the bad of what can happen if you invest in the wrong player. And admittedly, Cam Reddish was a wrong selection for me because before this season started, I bought a big Cam Reddish card. I was excited about what he could do for the Atlanta Hawks this year. I thought he was going to show a lot of improvement and have a breakout season. Instead, the opposite happened. He didn't get much playing time with the Hawks. The Hawks traded him to the New York Knicks, and he hoped that he would get more playing time with the Knicks, but that didn't materialize either. And over the course of this season, he averaged only 14 minutes per game. Then he separated his shoulder, and we have seen the last of Cam Reddish this season. We have also seen the last of his card prices being positive whatsoever at all, at least for now. You can see what I mean by looking at the last 30 days on the screen. I've got his 2019 Prism Silver rookie card in PSA 10 and his 2019 Prism Base rookie card in PSA 10. That Prism Silver card, wow. That thing has fallen over 65% over the last 90 days. That card sold for $229 a month ago, and it most recently sold for $80. And his Prism Base card is down as well. It's down 20%. Of course, that's an inexpensive card. It's only around $15 at the moment. It was selling for around $20 if we rewind the clock 30 days ago. But the story gets even worse if we look at this over the last year. We're gonna switch our graph, oh my gosh, to look at the last year of these cards. Cam Reddish's Prism Silver was all the way up at around $400 if we go back about a year ago, and today it's down at $80. That is a fall of almost 80%. His Prism Base, same story. His Prism Base was all the way up at about $73, over $70 if we go back a year ago. Most recently is selling for around $15. That is a decrease of around 80%. If you have Cam Reddish cards like I do, unfortunately, it has been an ice cold run for those card values over the last year. Now let's talk about some happier news, cards that are going up. And we're starting with Derek Carr. The Las Vegas Raiders quarterback, his cards have been hot recently. And Derek Carr is the beneficiary of a new player coming to his team by way of a big trade. We see this often in all sports, that if a team gets a big acquisition, that oftentimes other players on that team will see their card prices go up as well. And we just saw it with the Raiders when it was announced that Davante Adams, the star wide receiver from Green Bay, was coming to Las Vegas. And as soon as that news was announced, Derek Carr's cards went up because now he has a new star target to throw the ball to. And Carr had a nice season last year, passing for over 4,800 yards, 23 touchdowns to 14 interceptions, led the Raiders into the playoffs. Can he do the same this year? One thing to consider, though, is the AFC West is going to be so tough this year because now you got Russell Wilson with the Broncos in that division. You've got, of course, Herbert, and you've got Mahomes in that division as well. So will Derek Carr be able to make his way out of that division into the playoffs again? Personally, I'm not so sure. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you are a believer in the Raiders, but some people are because his cards have been going up. And if we look at the screen, you can see exactly what I mean. I've got his 2014 Topps Chrome base card, his rookie card there on the screen in PSA 10 condition. This bottom line, that card is up 153% over the last 30 days. Most recently sold for $90. If we go back 30 days ago, that card was selling for $35. And then we have the refractor version of that card, the 2014 Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 10. That card is up 53% over the last 30 days. It's actually this Prism card, the blue line, that doesn't look like it's going up, but there has not been a recent enough sale of his Prism rookie card to reflect the fact of this Davante Adams trade. So I'm assuming next time one of those sells, you're gonna see that card going up just like the others. Where will he go from here? Only time will tell, but at the moment, Derek Carr's cards are very hot. In the number 4 spots, a player I'm excited about here in Atlanta, Matt Olsen. The first baseman just joined the Braves, and his cards have been hot as a result. Now, of course, the downside for Braves fans like myself is that we lost Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman went to the Dodgers. But Olsen is also really, really good, and he's much younger. He's only 27 years old, about to turn 28, so that gives Braves fans some optimism for the future. Last season, he batted .271 with 39 home runs, so really, really good power, 111 RBIs, and he's also great defensively, a 2-time Gold Glove winner. Also, he's an Atlanta native, so he should fit right in with the Braves. Some baseball card investors are expecting that to be the case because let's look at his cards. You can see there's a consistent pattern of his cards going up over the last 30 days. We have his 2017 Topps Chrome base card in PSA 10 on the screen, along with that card in raw condition on the screen, and then the refractor version of that card in raw condition, and also the rookie auto. His 2017 Topps Chrome rookie auto in raw condition. All 4 are going up. It is that PSA 10 from his 2017 Topps Chrome that is up 95% over the last 30 days. That card most recently sold for $115. It had sold for $58 less than 30 days ago. That Topps Chrome rookie auto card in raw condition up almost 124% in the last 30 days. That card is up to $88 today. That was selling for $39 30 days ago. And of course, we're seeing his refractor raw and his Topps Chrome base raw up significantly as well. Hopefully, Matt Olsen brings good things to the Braves this season, and this trend continues. In the number 3 spot, we're going to the NBA and a player who had quite a night recently, Sadiq Bay of the Detroit Pistons. Bay went off for 51 points in a win over Orlando, and he's been playing well this season. He's been averaging over 16 points per game, shooting 35% from 3. He's known as a 3-and-D style player, and he's part of a young core with the Pistons that is starting to look strong. You've got other guys like Cade Cunningham and Jeremiah Grant on that team. So the combination of those players maybe means good things ahead for the Pistons. There are certainly some basketball card investors who think so because Sadiq Bay's cards have been going up. Now we're looking at all of his cards in raw condition. These are very inexpensive cards because he does not have a lot of graded cards out there. We've got his 2020 Optic Holo card raw, his 2020 Prism Green card raw, his 2020 Prism Orange Ice raw, his 2020 Prism Silver raw. And these are all fairly inexpensive. You can pick up his 2020 Prism Silver card in raw condition right now for $17. But 30 days ago, or actually not even 30 days ago, 2 weeks ago, that card was selling for around $8. And this is the same pattern with all of these cards. If you look at his Prism Orange Ice raw, that recently sold for $20. But if you go back 2 weeks ago, that card sold for $4.25. So that is a very nice increase of 370% over the course of the last couple of weeks. It's been a good run for Sadiq Bay. Let's see if it continues. In the number 2 spot, the beneficiary of a big trade, Matt Chapman, now of the Toronto Blue Jays. Of course, formerly of the Oakland Athletics. The third baseman there had a monster season in 2019, actually finished 6th in MVP voting that year, turned down the largest contract in A's history. But then he needed hip surgery in 2020. He was not at full strength last year. So we'll see. We'll see how he does this year. We'll see how he does for Toronto. But the fact that he was traded, the fact he gets to go to a new market where he's back on a contender, and the fact that we expect him back healthy for 2022 is leading to some baseball card investors scooping up Matt Chapman cards. And you can see what I'm talking about here on the screen. I have a couple of his rookie cards up. I've got his 2017 Topps Chrome Update base card in PSA 10 condition. Actually, I've got his first prospect card up as well, his 2014 Bowman Draft Chrome Prospects in PSA 10 condition. You can see both of these cards are up quite a bit over the last 90 days. It's that 2017 Topps Chrome Update base card in PSA 10 that is up 129% over the course of the last 90 days. That card is currently selling for around $69. That card was down at $30 back in January. And his Bowman Draft Chrome Prospects, it's doing great things as well. It is up 71% over the last 90 days. It'll be interesting to see how Chapman does this year with the Blue Jays. Hopefully this trend will continue. It's time for today's number 1 card, but before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs you see in today's show are from Market Movers, and you can now try Market Movers absolutely for free. All you need to do is go to sportscardinvestor.com, click Market Movers in the main menu bar, and then use promo code TRIAL. Promo code TRIAL for 7 days free of Market Movers. Okay. Here it is, the number 1 card. We're going to the NFL. We're going with a wide receiver who benefited from a big trade, Jerry Jeudy of the Denver Broncos. Now, Jerry Jeudy was the beneficiary of the Russell Wilson trade because now the Broncos have a legit, real quarterback. And there are a lot of people out there who felt that the Broncos were just a quarterback away from being a real solid contender in the AFC. And now they've got that quarterback in Russell Wilson. Will Jerry Jeudy become Russell Wilson's top option, the way that DK Metcalf was his top option in Seattle? It's quite possible so. Now, last year, Jeudy played in just 10 games, but he had a strong rookie year back in 2020 when he had 52 catches for 856 yards and 3 touchdowns. Football card investors are hoping that output increases this year dramatically. under Russell Wilson, and they're scooping up his cards with that in mind. And you can see what I'm talking about. Look at these just shoot off the chart here. This is incredible. We're looking at a few of his different rookie cards. His 2020 Donruss base card in PSA 10, his 2020 Mosaic Silver rookie card in PSA 10, and his 2020 Prism base rookie card in PSA 10. These have all shot up. Let's look at these by price change by percentage, and you can see just how big the gains have been. That Mosaic Silver card is up 249% over the course of the last 90 days. That card is $75 today. That card was $21 90 days ago. We're seeing similar gains with his Donruss base card in PSA 10. That card's up 161% over the last 90 days. And his Prism base card in PSA 10 is up 107%. That card is currently at around $79. It actually sold for as little as $26 over the course of the last couple of months. It has been incredible gains for Jeudy. How do you think the Broncos are going to do this season? It's going to be interesting. We had the Raiders earlier in the show. Now we've got the Broncos. Cards are going up, but will they sustain? Who is going to win that incredibly tough AFC West? I don't know the answer to that question, but what I do know is that you should download the Sports Card Investor app if you haven't already. Play with that brand new shuffle mode, guys. It's a lot of fun. Just hit that shuffle button on the top of the Sports Card Investor app and see a whole variety of random cards. It's cool just seeing all the beautiful card designs from over the years using that shuffle mode and discovering something new. And also discover market movers. Use promo code TRIAL for 7 days free by going to sportscardinvestor.com and clicking on market movers in the main menu bar. If you like this show, give us a like, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon if you haven't already. And I will be back in a couple of days, hopefully with a stronger voice. I yelled a little too much at March Madness. My voice is needing to rally back, and it will, well, at least until this next weekend's games. Until then, everybody, until our next episode, take care. We'll see you soon.